Damn, I have the hiccups.
Oh, well, don't worry. I'll do the intros for you. At the top right for the team STX Seoul, it's Trap.
Oh, I think I'm good again.
And he has two different colors of blue. The second one is more of an indigo, I feel.
I have to steal one of those STX shots.
Yeah, just ask him. He might give it to you.
Well, his is definitely too small. Bottom left, we have the blue Terran player, Sonic 5XO. It is ASD. And, well, in game number 1, he did not really have a chance against Trap.
Yeah, there were some engagements that didn't go his way. He got a little bit unlucky in some of them, but...
Do you think we see the one-base timing now?
Yeah, absolutely. I would almost bet money that he's going to take a gas and go for a siege tank type play on this map. It's a 2-player map. The rush distance is not that too far.
Yeah. So, as we talked earlier, it looks both of us were actually on the opinion that he might just test the waters in game number 1 and then in the second game try to... play one of his one-base builds where he's really strong. He might surprise us and go for the expansion, not taking the gas, but let's see what he's going to do here in Cloud Kingdom. Trap is a strong Protoss player, and of course ASD knows about it. With the early loss in the game 1, the Protoss took a lead. And let's see, so far, no refinery just yet.
Yeah, it looks like he's actually just going to play Terran versus Protoss 101 and take the one Rax expand. He would have added it by now if he was going to do it, so I'm surprised by this.
Yeah, me too. I really expected him to go for this one-base play. If you think about how successful he was with this style in the last time he faced a few Protoss players, you would have thought that he just might try to roll with it.
I thought so, and it's just really his style. Anyone else, then I would have said, oh, okay, yeah, try again with another macro game, but, Yeah. On the other hand, Trap back at home is being as standard as could be, even making the Zealot, not skipping anything here.
And Trap proved in the first game that his micro is really something. I mean, these storms were just great, and the time for him to engage was great as well. What really made him win the game was his ability to be at 2 points of the map at the same time. Defend at the third base, at the natural, and attack at the bottom right.
Yeah. I'm actually freaking out right now because I was thinking about this, but I was thinking about the builds that you could do off of one base without gas, and the one that came to mind was the supply drop all-in, not this one, but this is a cool build you can do.
Yeah, this is still pretty interesting because he is building the bunker at the front, so if Trap actually tries to scout with one of his probes, he will see the bunker, he will see the Marines, and this is exactly the amount of Marines that you would see with an expansion build, whereas ASD is now adding two additional barracks. So he's just trying to build up a Marine force that can do damage. He doesn't necessarily have to play this as an all-in, he can still fall back and take a base, but this is definitely a lot more aggressive than what Trap is going to expect now.
Yeah. There's the Nexus. I wonder how many Marines he's going to wait for.
Yeah.
Probably wait for 2 rounds. He rallies into the main, well, for a second. He thought about hiding his Marines there, but he realized he can also hide them just at his ramp, and it's going to be a little bit faster for him to rally.
I would be surprised, though, if he doesn't build a command center, because he's still producing SCVs, and he has a lot of SCVs already. He doesn't add any additional barracks, and with only 3 barracks, he will never be able to get rid of all his resources.
You know who the master of this strategy is of course, Bomber. He was the first person to do this consistently. We had a few people adopt this, like Marine King and Keen, but Trap is going for Robo before extra gates, so that makes him a little bit more vulnerable as well here.
Same style it did in game 1.
I think he could go now. Yeah. With his Marines. There he goes. Checks to make sure there's nothing to spot his extra Marines before he moves out. Then he moves. He needs to clear up the watchtower though. Yeah, and he will. Yeah. Zealot is dead if he doesn't move.
But he does. He moves, and now a lot more Marines at the low ground. In total, we have 14 Marines. Decent army supply. This is Zalnaga Watchtower. Leaves a Marine. Gets the rest of his forces. Yeah. Walking out right now. So let's see how much damage this is going to do. I really like how ASD is always poking with the first few Marines and has a quick look if there's anything that could scout his army. Forward Pylon, a Zealot, Probe. The longer he waits, though, the less effective this is going to be. The third gateway is finishing up now. With Chrono Boost on those, he should be able to have enough units to defend. This Stalker is so important for Trap. He sees this force coming. Yeah, that was the most important stalker for him, for sure. He moves back now, but he knows exactly what's going on. Warps in additional stalkers now.
Sentry's up on the ramp, and he doesn't have any probes here. Got to be a little bit more careful with his micro, though. Wow. He needs Wi-Fi on the ramp when your opponent's going to concave to the bottom.
Yeah, nice setup step so far. Oh, the Sentry nearly dies.
I would like to see him wait and warp in the next round against on the low ground behind the Marines and then just trap them.
You know, so far he already killed 2 stalkers and he's denying mining at the natural. He's trying to pressure it even more. If he can kill another unit or 2, that would be all that he needs to do. Yeah, tries to walk up and take down the stalker. A trap retreats. Workers killed. 2 by ASD. That's it.
Yeah, that was pretty good trade though. I did not expect him to kill that many stalkers considering that Trap saw it and he had the warp in there.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive.
And now we have the... Yeah, both of them on 2 bases. Nice scan here.
Yeah, that was a great catch.
Well aware of what's happening, and then he takes down the first observer. The second one is still at the mineral line of the main base though.
Yeah. What's Trap going to do next? He's got his Twilight Council coming down. Is he going to go Templar Archives again very quickly, or is he just going to research Blink?
I actually think that he's going to go for the Templar Archive again. That felt... You know, it looked really well. He just executed the last build very crisp, and he seemed to be comfortable with it, so why not just stick to his guns? And there is also the Templar Archive again.
So right. Temple Archive goes down here. He also saw the starport timing, so he knows that drop play is not going to be an immediate threat. And this is something that he knows as well based on seeing the Marines move out. He's like, oh, your command center, everything was a bit late, your tech, your gas. So I'm fine with Temple Archives here. It's a great map for it defensively, so you hold your 3rd base.
He didn't start the charge upgrade yet that he relied on in game number 1, but now there it is. Was waiting for the resources, so executing the same strategy that we saw on game 1, in game 1. And, well, the main question for me is now what Trap is going to do, because the Marine Pressure did a little bit of damage. He was successful with that, but he needs to make sure that this time he can really withstand the pressure of Trap's gateway ball in combination, of course, with the storm.
Yeah, the storms are a big issue. Last time he stemmed so much with his multi-pronged attacks that when the storms hit, they just eliminated all of those units. Didn't have enough medevacs to heal them. Here come the first Templar. He actually needs storm though if he's going to use those. Made feedback to make an Archon. That would be kind of strange, but also kind of cool. He could also just use them to build up the energy before he researches storm as well.
Nice catch on the observer. And I think this was the last observer for Trap. I don't think that he has another one. Let me just double check out. There's still 1 on the map.
He needs to start storm. I think he forgot maybe. He has enough resources for it.
I actually think you're right. There's no reason for him to delay storm this much.
Yeah, 2 more Templar here, and I mean, he's got a bunch of Templar he's not making into Archons. He makes this one into Archons. The drop comes down here. A little bit of harassment.
But on the other hand, I feel by now you should have realized that there's no storm. I mean, you warp those Templars in, you double check if you have enough for a storm, so...
I'm very surprised here. He's getting a little bit taken apart here in his main base. Not enough units there. Really good trade for ASD.
Yeah, ASD taking down a few harvesters, and Trap now... Well, Trap is still looking at a decent amount of harvesters, but he lost 12 already, and he's even losing more at his natural. This is becoming a problem.
That was a weird feedback.
48 to 55 harvesters. There's the storm finally on the production tab.
Yeah, he finally gets that.
But the first ghosts are already built by ASD, so he will have EMPs.
This is another way that you can get scouting information of your opponent, is to actually just attack him and see how he defends it. That EMP, or that feedback rather, I think only did like 5 damage to medevac, so a little bit of energy lost there. But otherwise, the Templar he's had out for a long time have built so much energy that when Storm is finally done, he will have multiple Storms available on those Templars.
Yeah, they definitely have enough energy to send off a few Storms, and if they are in a good spot, then ASD will definitely struggle. He's now getting more medivacs. His upgrades are not great, to be honest with you. I mean, he's going for the +2 attack upgrade right now, but Trap might actually be on the same level. If he really chrono boosts his Forge, then he should be fine here. He's already researching the +2 arm upgrade, but I feel he's missing the chrono boost.
Yeah. Needs to definitely get those out. Alright, we're going to see Templar in a Warp Prism, but only one. In fact, so he's going to Storm, damage the SCVs, and try to warp in some Zealots to help work on this with the other Zealots he's already got in the Warp Prism.
It was also spotted by the scouting factory that we have at the Natural, so he saw the Warp Prism move out, and this will give now ASD a bit of time to prepare. If he can send a few units into the path of the Warp Prism, he might just be able to take it down.
Trap needs a third Nexus because ASD has his third base up. It's going to be mining for a really long time before the Nexus is ready, so he needs to do some sort of damage at the very least.
I'm really surprised ASD did not see the Warp Prism. He had the factory right there, but I don't think that he really really saw it on screen. So
now he sees it for sure, pulling away
that
right
was
on time.
Nice reaction.
He's going for a Ghost Academy. He's going to warp in a few more Zealots, it looks like, to try to target that down. I really like this choice. This is well worth it if he can get it.
Yeah,
I think he will if there's no repair. Where's the repair? Oh, a nice Storm as well. It's so many SCVs. Oh my god.
Wow.
And you can save the Zealots. I don't think there's ever been a better Warp Prism drop in the history of all Warp Prism drops.
That was amazing. I'm really surprised, especially since the Storm was able to take down 11 workers. Is that right?
I think you're right, yeah.
A few seconds ago it was 11-0, and now he took down 11 Harvesters. So ASD... I don't know, he threw those workers away. He saw that there's a High Templar.
You know, the funny thing is, too, is I was thinking about the repair on the Ghost Academy, and then I was
in
like,
the main base, again, there's another force.
Yeah. I thought, you know, well, if he repairs the Ghost Academy, actually, then he can just storm on top of those SCVs, and then he, like, gets a win no matter what, but that was pretty cool how he executed that. And you're right, it's 11 kills. Another Warp Prism actually being made, it's like he expected to lose that one.
Yeah, and now he has to rebuild his Ghost Academy before he can get additional ghosts. We still have the High Templar. Another Storm!
Oh, he pulled them just it's like 2 centimeters too short.
But there's still a lot of damage done by Trap, and oh, there's another angle of attack here. Another 2 Storms, not doing too much.
Yeah, not doing too much at all, but
he buys himself some time.
Certainly. His base is a little bit late. Now he's mining from it. That's why he's trading really efficiently here. The sensor tower is positioned in such a way that, well, the sensor tower is going to be safe, but he's not going to be able to see much with it.
And with the Ghost Academy killed and him just rebuilding it, also now going into the Mervis Reactor, ASD feels a little bit pressure to get ghosts into the game, and I'm not quite sure if he saw that there is a transition into Colossi with range upgrade being researched for Trap now. So this might end up in a situation where ASD overcommits to ghosts, and Trap has a lot of Colossi and finishes the fight because there's not enough anti-air.
Yeah. I think making just one Viking to deal with the Warp Prism alone would be well worth it, because then he doesn't have to worry anymore.
Especially since he has apparently enough medivacs and he's comfortable with them because he doesn't build any air units at all right now.
These Storms are going to be everything for Trap. He needs to get them or else he won't be able to hold his third. A good EMP on some of those sentries and hits a decent amount of Zealots as well.
High Templar still trying to get into a good position here. It's all about the choke point.
Yeah, you're so right, the Colossus at the back helps as well, and preemptive Storms actually help control that choke point, even Storms on the Ghost rather than feedbacking it.
Yeah, that's a lot of Storms here.
But he's got still, I believe, at least 2 more available. Oh, a great Storm here.
Yeah, Trap doing really, really well. And now if Sentinel Thermal lands is done.
Yeah, it looks like he is considering going for the chase. So careful with these Zealots, though.
Yeah, the Storms, the High Templar trying to get into position, but the Ghosts are already on the move. Here comes another EMP. The Ghosts are still, well, most of the Ghosts are dead, but the High Templars are still fine. Moving in now, and here come the initial Storms, but a nice EMP by ASD.
Yeah, but can he get his army out of here? That's the question, and a lot of ASD's supply is back at home defending. I mean, just looking at this, it looks like he's got, like, I don't know, 20 Marines or so back at home, and he's just not using them in this fight, and that doesn't help out at all. It's good for defending against run-bys, but that's just not what we're seeing from Trap right now.
Yeah, Trap is going into double Colossi production, and he already has 2 on the map, whereas ASD just doesn't have the Vikings. He's building them, he's adding another starport, but as of now, he does not have the anti-air. Another Storm at the economy.
I can't believe he was able to get that off with that many Marines there, and all the turrets. I mean, yeah, he lost both of everything, but he just realized that if he tries to run away with his support prism in the first place, he's going to lose it, so he made the best out of it. The worker count right now is 66 to 54. Trap's been a little bit skimpy on that, but he had his third base so late that that's why.
Warp Prism speed being researched for Trap, and he had... does he take the lead in the upgrades? That's a +3 attack upgrade on the screen. Can you check the armor upgrades for?
The armor upgrades right now 2-2 for ASD and +3 already for Trap. He's going to have +2 coming out very soon. So it's going to be 3-2 against 2-2.
Yeah.
Well, 3-2 actually against 3-2 actually, yeah.
Huh.
Just the opposite, so they counteract each other.
Yeah, so pretty decent upgrades here for both of these players. But Storm, of course, completely neglecting the armor upgrades. And we have Blink even being researched for Trap. He wants to have Blink against the Vikings.
And this Warp Prism speed comes into play now. There are 3 High Templar in this drop that is completely undefended. Here we go. That was
Storm's his own High Templar.
That Zealot like runs in and snatches an SCV like immediately. He didn't get away though.
He's like, ha!
Another group of attacks coming to the south here at the third base of ASD. Needs to get a Storm off. He's not. Oh, wow. I can't believe it. He actually get that much though.
But he takes down the 2 missile turrets, and this, of course, opens the path for the Warp Prism. But ASD immediately rebuilds it. Pretty close game now. We still have a bit more of a bank for Trap, who's at, roughly 500 a few seconds ago. Maxed out in supply against 185. And he is getting +3 attack. He's getting +1 shields. And with the 4 bases that he has, he is really running with his advantage.
Yeah. This base here is being made into a planetary. He needs to be careful about the ghosts. I don't think he has any sort of detection. He does not.
There are 2 observers, but I don't know where.
Well, not here. That is the problem. Now they're here.
Yeah, there they are. But here comes the Terran army, and now we have Colossus and Storm. Where are the High Templars though? Do they have enough energy to set another Storm off? It doesn't really look like it. The Vikings kill every single Colossus. The army supply for Trap is dropping in seconds.
Yeah, that was not a good engagement for him at all. The Archon wants to hit it, those Vikings. He's not able to. Losing the 4th here is something I feel he should have been more comfortable with, because he knows that ASD just got his 4th base up, and it's a planetary, not an orbital.
The ghosts are gone, but do we have the storms? There's the energy on the High Templar. He's trying to move in, setting off another storm maybe. There are still 3 of them left, but they don't have enough energy for another storm. And this gives ASD the wiggle room that he needs to move in and take down the 3rd base as well.
Yep, it's gone, and Trap's chances of winning this round are looking, I mean, it's not going to be over for him because he's up a game, but it looks like he's not going to quite get that 2-0 victory that he wanted.
A run by is what Trap tries to execute here in order to pressure the FXO Terran player. But I think even if he is able to kill the 3rd base, it's not going to be enough. And with this bunker in place, it's not going to happen.
He's just going to have to pull up the ramp here and hope for a miracle, because ASD is going to kill his Nexus now.
At the top right, the bio army of the Terran player does way too much damage. The 2 Colossi able to force him back, but still supply 67 to 133. And well, the economy alone is just so much better for ASD that it will only take a few minutes to give him a maxed out Terran force that can then take down the Protoss player's army.
Yeah, Trap, I think he should have let the 4th base go with this. A lot of this game was decided by the fact that not only did he want to defend that 4th base desperately, but he didn't have any vision of the ghost, so everything of his got guaranteed.
Yeah. He didn't have the 2 observers in position to intercept the ghost.
The cannons were almost done.
GG.
You know, if those cannons were done, they would have also served the same purpose. He had like 4 cannons about to finish, and none of them did.
So we're heading into a 3rd game between these 2 players in a Terran versus Protoss match, and the 4th one of the early session. Trap against ASD. It's going to be a close one, and well, we mentioned it earlier. Today, not a single Protoss player was able to advance to the 2nd round of Code A. And Trap, he had a lead in the best of 3. Now the series is tied. If FXO ASD decides game 3 in his favor, 4 Terran players will have advanced over Protoss.
Yeah, this is true.